1 in the chat if we love Costco. 2 in the chat if you hate Costco, boys. I'm a Costco lover, but I don't have a membership. That's mainly the reason why I dislike them. Without further ado, boys, let's begin. Let's begin.
Costco is a unique business that's become very successful. They've been able to build that success in a way that's very different from their competitors. They're not everywhere. They have nearly 750 locations as of the end of 2017, which doesn't seem like many when you compare it to Walmart, who's approaching 12,000. But 750 is pretty good. They've mainly spread throughout the United States and Canada, as well as some other countries around the world. 87% of their sales come from either US or Canada, and 30% of those sales
There's a lot of Costco's where I live,
So if you're from Arkansas over there, I'm sorry, there doesn't appear to be any in your state. But there might be soon. Costco is on the rise. They've always been on the rise. They've been opening new locations every year. There's over 200 Costco's standing today that didn't exist 10 years ago. About 30 of them didn't exist last year. Here's some other ways to prove that they're growing. Paid memberships have gone up steadily, currently at 20,000 more than there were 10 years ago. Their number of employees have increased nearly 100,000 during that same period. Their revenue. They had a little dip there in 2009, but ever since then, it's exactly what you want to see. I think I've proven that they've grown quite a bit in the past 10 years, but you may still be skeptical. Just because they're growing doesn't mean they're successful. What if they're opening too many locations? Maybe they're opening locations too close to each other, or maybe a lot of the new ones just aren't doing well.
I don't think you could say that when you just showed that last
to address that. It's comparable sales growth. It's a way to measure how each location is doing. This year, it shows 4%, which means on average, their existing stores are generating 4% more sales when compared to the previous year. The negative one in 2009 is bad. It's messed up the whole graph. That's from that little dip we saw in 2009, but usually these numbers are positive. Costco is opening more locations each year, all while increasing sales in their existing locations. So have I done it? Have I proven that they're successful? I hope I have. So now I can move on to how they did it. For the people from any of the 6 continents that aren't North America and the people of Arkansas, let me be clear about what makes Costco different. It's a warehouse. Here's a picture of a warehouse.
Chat, do you guys like Costco? I don't like it because
pallets everywhere,
like, I do
boxes
like it,
on them
but
that contain large quantities of food. They're stacked up to the ceiling.
Good for, like,
you don't buy the
and
6-pack of Rice Krispie treats. You buy the big box with 54 of them. And since you're buying it in bulk, you get quite a deal. It does have a layout where everything is accessible and properly displayed, as well as the cashiers at the front. But other than that, it's just a warehouse. That's how they refer to their own locations. Here's another graph. This is what makes them different from most other stores.
They do be getting massive profit margins, boys.
No? Okay, I'll explain it. It's gross profit margin. It's a measure of how much money they actually make on each sale. In 2017, where it says 11.33%, it means for every $1 in sales, they actually made 11 cents. When you look at this chart, 11.33 is pretty high for them. But now when we compare it to some other stores, it's not that high at all. It's very low. These heights that they're finally achieving are about half of Walmart and a third of Whole Foods. The point is, these other places make money when they sell you something, and Costco really doesn't. Here's what they do.
Chad, who goes to Whole
Foods? They buy a ton of something and then do whatever they can to get...
If you go to Whole Foods, I'm going to have a spar with you because you like eating caca for high price. And like shit,
rid of it. Buying a bunch of stuff allows them to get it for really cheap. But then since they're buying so much, they need to sell it really fast. They go through so much stuff before they've even paid for it, they've already sold it to us. And they don't buy 5 different flavors of crackers and 3 different sizes like most stores. They buy 1 flavor in 1 size. And that size is really big. Then they take that big box of crackers and they price it really cheap so you'll buy it. People would probably buy the smaller box if they had the option, but they don't have the option, so they go with the bigger box. The high volume of sales does help compensate for the small margins, but there's a bigger part to this whole plan. Remember when I showed you their increasing paid memberships? If you don't know much about Costco, you were probably confused at that point.
They do be getting money from the paid memberships rather than the actual merchandise.
It's $60 for a Gold Star membership,
that is very
which
true.
is just the regular membership.
That is very
and for
true.
$120, you can become an executive member. You get a fancier looking card and a 2% annual reward up to $1,000.
Chat, I literally got a Costco membership for 2 days.
These little $60 and $120.
They have these like places where you can get a photo, like a photo ID photo. Got a Costco membership for literally like 2 hours. Went in, took the photo, and asked to refund my membership. And they said, no mega lol. So chat, one in the chat if I got scammed. Because honestly,
fees,
I definitely did.
About. All of their cheap prices
scammed.
were just part of the plan to get you to buy the membership. Costco is famous for their $4.99 rotisserie
I do like their
People
pizza,
wonder,
though.
how can they afford
Not
to
their
sell
chicken.
it for so cheap?
I do
Well,
like
they
their- I do
can't
like their
afford it.
pizza.
They're losing money on it, but it's all part of the plan to get you to buy that membership. And the same thing goes for their $1.50 hot
Pizza
dogs
do
and
be
inexpensive
legendary.
pizza
The
at
hot
the food
dogs,
court.
no
Don't think of
mega lol.
Costco as a traditional
mega
store.
lol.
Think of it as Netflix.
Interesting.
Netflix is after that subscription fee in the same way that Costco is after that membership fee. Or maybe think of it as a gym membership.
Exactly.
In all cases, anything they do is
Free
just
t-shirt.
designed to convince you to sign up. Buying and selling a large volume of products with little profit is just their way to entice you into that $60 or hopefully $120 annual fee. The money they make aside from that, I would consider a bonus. And looking back to that graph, they have been raising the money they make from selling things, and that's while raising their paid memberships. Again, it's nowhere near the other stores, but it's not meant to be. The fact that it's as high as it is,
bro, I like Costco.
well.
Costco's
I had a
ice
comment
cream.
on one of my videos a few months ago.
Their Sundays,
this guy
pretty
suggested
good.
I do a video on Costco.
Pretty good. Definitely
He says
better
he
than
works for
McDonald's.
Costco and is making
Definitely better than
$14 an
McDonald's.
hour, which
No
is
toilet
expected to
paper
go
at
up,
Costco?
along
Not
with full
surprised.
benefits
Does
and
anyone wipe when they
retirement
go to
plan
Costco?
at age 20.
I don't
He
think so.
says that's the standard where he works, and I should make a video about how they're able to do these kind of things. He concluded by thanking me and calling me the GOAT. I responded by saying it was a good suggestion, and 2 others responded with things that crushed his optimism, and by the end of it, he was
the
feeling
fact
bad to go
that
to work in
Whole
the morning,
Foods
but he
has a
brought up
market
something
literally
interesting.
is the
Costco
problem,
pays
chat.
their
It is
employees
literally
much
the
more money
problem.
than other companies would for similar jobs. The average
Exactly.
employee makes around $20 an hour and has full benefits. It's yet another thing that
Costco
separates them from every...
boys, Costco employees eating good tonight, boys. Drake's in chat. Wow, $20 an hour with benefits? Ooh, that's just incredible gameplay right there.
Everyone else, and paying them like this
Incredible
does have a lot of
gameplay.
benefits to the company.
IRL
It
stream, take a
reduces
trip
the
to
employee
Costco?
turnover
Dang,
rate.
we're
It makes
about to
them less
find out
likely
these
to quit
employees
since
are
it's hard for them to
eating
find something
good
better. Low
tonight,
turnover
boys.
means less money
They
spent on
eating
selecting
good.
and training new people. Also, it
Can't
makes
believe
the
that.
employees
Can't
happier
believe
with
that.
their jobs. It should lead to a better environment to
I
make the
believe
customers
this. I
happier,
do
which
believe
falls
this,
into their
chat.
main plan of making
Heck
the
yeah.
customers want to come back to renew
Heck
their
yeah.
membership. And about
Amen.
90% of them do renew their membership, by the
Amen.
way. For the question of how they're able to do it, the real answer is the same as how they're able to sell those chickens for so cheap. It's a
chickens.
sacrifice to help their main goal.
Look at all those
It
chickens.
is less of a sacrifice than you might expect. The Costco
Look at all
employees
those
make the company
chickens.
more money than a store like Walmart. Walmart has to neatly stock
Walmart
shelves, and Costco
caca,
really
chat.
doesn't. Think of the cashier.
Literally, you know what? Pat came to me and we were talking about Walmart because we had to go to Walmart while we were here, chat. And he literally described Walmart as your heart having an anxiety attack because your entire nervous system is getting shut down because of how terrible Walmart service is. One in the chat if that's true. I think that's got to be literally one of the most true shits I've ever heard. So you know what? Costco, you're going down the drain tonight, brother. You're going down the drain
Here's at
tonight.
Costco. When they make one scan, it's for a $10 box of Nutri-Grain bars.
That's
when the
right.
cashier at Walmart makes one scan,
Exactly.
it's for a $3 box of Nutri-Grain
Exactly.
bars. It was
Exactly.
the same amount of work for Costco to make the bigger
But
sale.
they made
the
3
ratio
times
of
as more.
sales per employee
Exactly.
is much higher for Costco
Look
than
at
their
that
competitors.
chart.
So the higher wages
Look
is
at that
really just a
chart.
sacrifice for the greater goal.
Can't believe
but
that.
Things like this make it less of a sacrifice sacrifice than
This
it
is
would
why
be
we
for
love the
others.
Costco.
When trying to answer the question of why is Costco so successful, I noticed a theme. It's that people seem to like Costco. The customers enjoy the low prices.
Chat, also,
friendly employees.
have you all ever gotten gasoline at Costco? Their prices for gas are even cheaper, but what makes it cheap is because you're actually waiting in line. So you're paying with your time, and that's something that a lot of superstores and a lot of people don't realize, especially with Walmart, where it's like, yes, you're gonna save $10, but you're gonna be spending that $10 by the hour that you're wasting away at Walmart when it's busy. Can I get some truing in the chat? Seriously, it's got to be the most true shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
The investors are
in my entire life.
It's valued at $83 billion on the stock market, which is overpriced.
I can't believe
but
that.
it only gets that way because the investors believe in it and give it that value.
Exactly.
They've been giving out quarterly dividends of 50 cents. If you own their stock all through last year, you receive $2 in dividends.
That's absolutely
like
criminal.
Something like that they can count
That's
on.
absolutely
It's also
criminal.
a good sign for the company that they're even able to
That
do
car
it. They
Phoenix
also had a
exactly,
special
boys.
dividend last year of $7 and a $5 special dividend in 2015.
That is
These
just
are things
ridiculous.
that make investors happy.
2016
Everything they do
was an
just
incredible
seems
year.
generous.
I will never
now,
forget
whether their
2016.
intentions are
We love
pure or
2016.
they're just trying to be liked to sell memberships and raise their stock price, I have no idea. But to try to answer the big question of why is Costco so successful, well, they use some unique strategies to sell these memberships. The strategies are all the things I talked about. Buying a ton of stuff and selling it quick at low prices, selling these chickens at a loss, paying their employees more than the others. They're all just ultimately ways to sell more memberships. And I believe that for Costco, the definition of success is selling more memberships. Let me know in the comments what you think about Costco and their unique strategies. Do you have a Costco
W or
membership?
L?
Is it worth it?
I'm
and
saying
that
it's a
question
W for
wasn't
me.
directed toward the people
This
of
a
Arkansas.
big
I
fat
already know your
W.
answer. But if you have anything
Unless you
else
live
to
in
say about the
Arkansas.
topic,
Ain't
leave it in the
nobody living in
comments.
Arkansas.
I'd like to hear what you have to say. And I'm happy
Ain't
to announce that my
nobody
new
living in
website is up
Arkansas.
and running. You all gave me
Chat,
ideas for it.
Good video. We love Costco. Why they're so successful.